Today on TQA Weekly, I'm going to be talking about EXIF, the extendable image file format, and how it applies to your pictures and why you should be sanitizing it on top of answering another viewer question. This episode of TQA Weekly is brought to you by ProXPN. ProXPN is a virtual private network that allows you to use the internet the way it should be, anonymously and without oversight. For 20% off your new account, go to proxpn.com/podcast and use the coupon code TQAWEE. This is TQA Weekly. I'm the host, Steve Smith, aka Z-Axis, and if ever you have any technology questions, comments, suggestions, and or PC horror stories, just email me at ask@tqaweekly.com. Go to my website, tqaweekly.com, and fill out the contact form, or if you are on one of the many web pages that I post to every single week, use the comments box on that page. Which brings me to this week's viewer question, actually getting to our show, from David Brown, who asks how to fix a failing hard drive. And the short answer is very simple, and I want all of you to remember this, is you don't. Make sure you have backups, make sure you never have to deal with a failing hard drive, change drives often enough and you may actually avoid this problem. But most important thing to remember is, if ever you have a hard drive that you suspect is failing, I would personally suggest a program like SpinRite, available from grc.com, that will be able to not only maybe fix whatever's wrong with the hard drive if it has only to do with data and various settings, but maybe even tell you the drive's about to fail and help you get the data off that drive by actually saying what's wrong with the drive. But if ever you detect a failing hard drive, change it. Don't attempt to fix it. Today's episode is about EXIF, the exchangeable image file format. The show notes for this episode are going to be available at tqaweekly.com/SE3EP40. We only have 11 episodes before the end of this season. And EXIF is actually the metadata inside the pictures of every single picture you're taking, especially if you have a cell phone that you're taking pictures with, or you're using one of those newfangled GPS-enabled picture cameras that you can buy from any store that you want. Now, while a lot of these cameras always took the date, always took the time, there is no way to determine that the time and date was specifically correct. And you can always say with some of these cameras that for all intensive purposes, the information is wrong in the camera, therefore it can't be used. In the case of cell phones and some of these newer cameras that can actually update their own time, therefore you are sure that that's the correct time in the picture, that may be a problem. So we're going to get into a few things. So what does EXIF data contain? EXIF data contains things like make and model. So it will know what kind of camera you took. Some of them know what kind of lens you were using. They'll know the time. They will know the date. In the case of cell phones and some GPS-enabled cameras, they'll know your exact location on Earth. They'll have the resolution of the picture, how the picture was taken, if the flash was used, what shutter it was at, a whole bunch of crazy information inside there. You'd be surprised how much information is contained within the exchangeable image file format. Now, a lot of that information is not particularly useful to the authorities like the police or the federales, the government, or even criminals with illicit intent, or people that are stalking you that actually want to know where you live. A lot of that information doesn't mean squat. But if you're the type of person who takes a lot of pictures, you can start building a detailed routine of each person by the time, date, and GPS location available in these pictures, which is why you should be sanitizing before uploading your pictures. There are many programs that can read EXIF data, more specifically programs like Adobe Photoshop. You can also use another free application, which I went and got you, which is called, hold on, EXIF Data Viewer. So that's actually available at exifdataviewer.com. It's free. You can actually view the EXIF data and change it. The EXIF data that is capable of ruining your life is the GPS, the time, and the date. And I'll explain to you why. So if you're taking a lot of pictures and you have done something wrong, or people think you have done something wrong, like the cops, especially with all this NSA stuff happening recently, they can actually paint a picture of your routine. If you are anywhere near something bad happening, you could actually become suspect to that event. If you are repeatedly near events where things that are bad keep happening, they can start thinking that you're a valid suspect. By leaving the GPS time and date location information in the picture, you're making it possible for any police or government authority or even illicit person to actually figure out who you are, and where you might be next. In the case of certain guys and even girls taking pictures of either their girlfriends, their boyfriends, or of themselves, if you were to post the information to the internet, somebody who wants to go and stalk you or your loved one would only have to read the EXIF data to figure out where you might potentially be or live. So if you're taking a picture of your girlfriend or boyfriend or your loved one or yourself in your own bedroom, think of it this way. If you're using your smartphone and you're uploading directly to the internet without removing that GPS information, you are giving yourself away. Not only are you showing stuff that you may or may not want people to see, you are actually making it even easier for you to do so. So this is basically an episode to help you out. Go and get a program like the EXIF data viewer, or if you have Photoshop, go into Photoshop and view the EXIF data. Delete the following: GPS location, time, and date. For any picture you're going to upload to the internet, that is what you first should do. Next week, I'll be talking about the auto-uploading feature of social media programs on your cell phone and cloud drives, how you can use this more effectively, efficiently, responsibly, and avoid accidental exposure on the internet. Now more than ever, your online freedom and privacy are under threat. Governments and ISPs want to control what you can or cannot see while keeping a record of everything you do. Plus, that free Wi-Fi at the coffee house or airport terminal is putting you at risk because your passwords and sensitive data can be intercepted more easily than you might think. Governments all over the world, in every single country, not just the United States with the NSA thing that is currently happening, are recording all your data for future use, to use against you in the future. If ever they suspect you of doing something wrong in the future, they will use things you've done in the past against you. One possible problem is if ever you have violated a terms of service in the past. In the United States, violating the terms of service of a website is considered a federal crime. Consider using ProXPN, which is a global VPN that works with almost any internet connection. It creates a secure, encrypted tunnel through which all your online data passes back and forth. Any online application can work with ProXPN, including your web browser, email, file sharing, and instant messaging programs. ProXPN keeps everything you do online hidden from prying eyes, disguising your physical location and giving you unfettered access to any website or online service, no matter where you live or travel to. Complete online privacy with a 2048-bit encryption key and 512-bit encryption tunnel. Works with OpenVPN or PPTP. Protects you against your ISP's 6 strikes rule or similar in your country. Bypasses internet filtering, blocked websites, geographical restrictions for internet content, and online video with worldwide servers in the US, UK, Asia, and more. ProXPN software actually works with Windows and Mac, offering advanced controls allowing you to select which programs and ports you want to anonymously route through ProXPN servers. Also works with your iOS, Android, BlackBerry, other devices supporting PPTP, allowing you to use your data plan or public corporate Wi-Fi with complete and total privacy on the go. No app required, an amazing 24/7 customer report, and all I need you to do to support this show is to go to proxpn.com/podcast for more information and to sign up. TQA weekly watchers and listener get a free 30-day risk-free trial. Remember, visit proxpn.com/podcast and sign up with the coupon code TQA ProXPN premium accounts are normally $9.95 a month or $74.95 for the entire year. We've got a special offer for you. Use the coupon code TQAWEE and you will receive 20% off the lifetime, yes, the lifetime of your ProXPN account. Thank you for watching, subscribing, and have a great day. Thank you for listening to TQA Weekly. Show your support by liking this episode, subscribe to get our latest episodes as they come out, and share with friends and family who may benefit from such a show as this. You may send us your questions, comments, suggestions, and or stories to ask at tqaweekly.com. For our show notes, links to our Android application, alternate means of subscribing to our show, and information on joining our weekly newsletter, head over to tqaweekly.com. Stay safe and online, and have a great day.